Welcome guys to another episode of Aftermath of the blog. This week's vlog was business per usual. Not much to it. There's mainly a month-long event for the month of May, which is going to be PandaPool's release along with another legendary. Now, keep in mind we have the overview of what the events look like. We don't know what the new legendary is. Still no news of Old Man Logan, no news of PandaPool's kit. We don't know any kits, any pictures. We haven't seen anything about these new characters beyond this week, which is Penny Parker. But Penny Parker's release is this week. We have some information about that. It's not going to be anything more than 3 stars. It's just going to be same as every other character. If you guys look, before we jump into the blog, if you guys look, we have Benjamin Parker's release. This was for the last week, the week before the last week, which basically, so the way these new events are going is that half of the milestones are being designed behind the paywall. If you're not a spender, or if you're a minimal spender, to say the least, you're not going to be able to get anywhere past that milestone 13. This is from the previous week's event, and this is the last milestone for Benjamin Parker event. Basically 350,000 points needed to finish it. Now historically, we've seen the last 2 or last 3 milestones have been whale stones, as Boylan calls it, but it seems like they have outgrown themselves. They've been going above and beyond what the norm used to be with these whale stones. Right now, this is milestone 13. This is where I landed as free to play within that milestone. And then this is this week's milestone, Pavitr release. And as you guys can see, I've been draining my course. I've been doing 400 refreshes, 450 refreshes every single day. And it's just insane. And although there's 4 days left, I'm not as optimistic that I can maintain this 100 core refreshes throughout the finish line for the next 4 days. But even if I do, I'm not optimistic I'm gonna get past that milestone 15. So it's going to be, again, milestone, if you're just doing the 40s, it's gonna be milestone 13 for you out of the finishing line, which is 250,000, and milestone 20. But even if I maintain, I'm not gonna get behind this 95,000 points. So again, another 5 or 6 milestones gated behind a paywall. So that's a sum of what's been happening within the last 2 weeks. Now, if we go back to some news that we recently, this is from March 13th. This is on the Scopley website, March 13th, 2024. And this is one of the Scopley games, Monopoly Go, with this co-CEO Javier Ferreira. If you guys look at their quarterly revenue, basically, I think today I finally took a moment to reflect on the incredible journey of Monopoly Go. Last month, we celebrated another major milestone in Monopoly Go adventure by officially passing $2 billion in lifetime revenue. That exciting moment came when, in just 10 months since launch and only 3 months after reaching 1 billion, so first 3 months since the release of the game, they hit the 1 billion threshold. And after 10 months, which is still less than a year, they hit the 2 billion milestone. And this is important. Why? Because Scopley also runs Marvel Strike Force, and Marvel Strike Force for the entirety of the year doesn't make anything beyond $400-500 million. Last recent known data was from 2020. I believe they announced $300 million in the annual revenue, and that's 1 year's worth of revenue. And this game has surpassed that within 10 months of their release, which is pretty bonkers. And this news is important because kind of gives us an idea of what's happening behind the scenes and why they're not prioritizing this game over their other games, and why they're not paying close attention to their leadership. And it's even rumored that they're actually thinking about selling the game to another game studio. But yeah, if we're gonna look at the Reddit posts before we jump into the blog as well. But within the last 10 months, I think we've had two of the devs leave the game. Cerebro, the very well-known Cerebro within our community, our beloved Cerebro, just left 2 months ago. And then we had that news announcement in Tana's video, I believe. That's how I grew to know it. And then we had game creative director, I think, also, who left another 9 months ago or so. And we've been struggling ever since this tension started happening within the Boundless Entertainment studio. We've been going on a downward slope, and they're just pumping out those long-term plans. There's new Dark Dimensions, Professor X. They're just pumping out, and they're not even trying to build the hype anymore. It's just characters after characters, not paying attention to bugs, not paying attention to the game quality that we're spending, our login hour that we're spending inside the game. It's just about the numbers. They want to show some numbers, and this is what they're competing with, just to give you guys an idea. This is a post from 4 hours ago. Credits to Infamous Regret 999. Is something going on with the Scopley right now? This is absolutely a serious question. I think everybody sees how pay to win every event is right now, but beyond that, communication has been poor. The events are convoluted and weirdly designed, talking about earning and spending shiny coins, toggling between multiple milestones, interconnecting them together. It's just pretty weird, this Pavitr release. We don't have a month-long character. There's no month-long character anymore. That's true as well. The free claim Friday was pathetic, and for the first time, I ever remember, we don't have the next character release planned. They don't do the silhouettes, they don't do the kits, they don't do the strike time videos anymore, or at least they haven't done it since Professor X, I believe, or since Cerebro left. We don't have the next character planned. In the past, we absolutely would have had the kit for PandaPool, Old Man Logan released, hype being built, but nothing. Does anybody know if something happened? Were people fired in March over anniversary issues? Did someone important at Scopley let go? Is there a new management mandate or something? Because this does not feel normal. That I couldn't agree more with what Infamous Regret said here. And yeah, there's some comments, I think people agreeing with this in unison. The open all orb issue is still outstanding. It's not a priority, of course. Why would it be? There's the message notification also outstanding. There's hundreds and hundreds of bugs, both graphically and gameplay wise. But let's move on to the next one. Once upon a time, another post about the open all orb button, which is 161 upvotes. I'm sure it's not a big deal. They can fix it if they wanted to, but the matter of the fact is that they don't want. They feel comfortable without having to deal with it, postponing it for later. They don't have the resources to stretch to this. There's a matter of money making, there's a matter of KPIs. We're getting close to quarter results, and they're behind. I think they need to catch up. So the open all orb buttons, it's gonna go for next quarter, possibly even end of the year. So we were not sure what's going on with that. Seriously, where TF is the open all button. I get that amount of opening orbs seemed to cause server side issues. As a developer, I can only wonder why it takes that long to figure out something out. Like, I can be hired by the hour in case you guys need help. Sure. And seriously, I think they're they are short staffed. I don't think they have enough staff to deal with. They have old servers, as one of the creative directors said it in one of the Valve Flying interviews. They have old servers. They're not spending on upgrading their servers. They're short staff, of course. They've been outsourcing stuff. I think the most amazing aspect of the game right now, which is the graphics and the animations, is actually outsourced. I think the other day I came across this game design graphic studio or something like that, and I forgot the name. I'll be sure to bring it up next time, but they had Scopley under their portfolio. They had Marvel Strike Force. They had the character showcases, like with the T-pose and stuff. So that's one thing I know for a fact, that it is outsourced, maybe partially outsourced. I'm not sure if it's fully outsourced or partially, but at least these newer characters all have been outsourced, including Out of Time Team, the one that I saw there. Okay, so thoughts on increasing the paywall. I've been feeling frustrated recently, and I'm curious as how other players feel about the increasing content locked behind extremely heavy spending. Buying all the passes is $80 a month, and unupdatable content steadily increasing. Not to mention characters are released at least $70 or more. Like, if you want to unlock a 1-star, 2-star, it's $70-$80. If you want to get a 3-star, it's $150 or more, at least in Canadian dollars. I've noticed a lot of players dropping back to F2P. Now, I'm not sure where he's noticing that, but with the mindset of what's the point. I've also noticed the retirements are on the rise. I have also seriously considering no longer spending, because the F2P in my eyes are able to play the exact same content I can play. The showcases are irritating, but the new stages in Kiln are for heavy standards. Having a 6 red or 6-star Peter and 2 3-star Diamond Ghost Rider or Noir at a minimum is Kraken level. Seems like the obvious choices are either F2P or Kraken spending, and that's true. If you're a Dolphin spender, they want to convert you to a Kraken, so there's no point in being a Dolphin. Either go Kraken or stay as F2P. I seriously think that I vouch for that. I think that's the better choice. Personally, I can't afford to go Kraken. Even if I could, I wouldn't, because I would be spending my money on more important stuff for sure. But yeah, now you're correct. I think I'm done with passes, because the characters coming out have no connections to DLCs. Spider-Verse is ridiculous. Better options there. Stop spending, play for fun, don't chase the meta. As a returning player, Gwenum shards, okay. Yeah, everyone else is feeling this swift of more pay to all milestones. And we have an opinion piece about the Kiln, second run of Kiln. The first run of Kiln was fun, as new compared to the other tower modes, and the rewards were amazing. I'm gonna not agree with that. The rewards were never amazing with Kiln, but it was fun. I agree. We had 40 floors. The last 2 floors were gated behind having Super Scroll, and at the time I think only maybe 10 or 20% of the players had Super Scroll, and the only thing stopping you from reaching 38 to 40 was not having Super Scroll, which is a large majority of people have right now. Now you completely paywalled out of doing cells 42 to 46 unless you buy a character that won't even be released for a couple of days. So we were halfway through, or we were 2-3 days into Kiln, and Penny Parker got released, and basically you have to upgrade her immediately to be able to get through those floors, or use her on those floors, which is pretty bonkers if you ask me. Same goes with Showcase. She's not even gonna be accessible to free to play majority, but yeah. And won't be, and even if you buy her, you're still gonna need the Super Jack Cabal at high stars. There are already so many Kraken events in this game, and this iteration of Kiln was so F2P friendly, was good rewards, but the rewards were not great, never great, not great the first round, not great this round. It's just mediocre at best. They're giving Diamond on Gwenem, raid character. They're giving also, the last round they gave Gambit diamonds. Now Gambit has multiple usage inside War and Crucible as well. But yeah, it was just some other diamond ores and stuff. Now this one is also another opinion piece about Shining Coins stores. My alliance isn't quite ready to do the Incursion 2 raid, so I don't have any awaken abilities from the raid store, and it's getting hard to stay top 50 in my arena without Black Cat's awaken passive. With this in mind, when 50 material for it showed up in the store, I was tempted to spend real life money to buy shiny coins, and wandered over to the web store thinking they might cost me 10-20 Australian or Austria units or currency to buy the material, but Australian dollar, I think that's what it is. I'd have to consult at that price. 15k coins cost me $30. 15 materials is 40k coins, so 80 freaking Australian dollars. Holy crap, man. Like, and 50 doesn't even get you the passive. You have to spend 50 multiple times. You need 200 of the 50, so that's 320 Australian dollars. It's freaking insane. What a fucking joke. I recommend just people stop spending. Like, just play for fun. Don't need to go crazy. Black Cat is already out of the arena meta. Soon enough, she won't be even used in any other game mode, or at least in arena anymore. Why spending the shiny coins is required. This is also one part of the event that I hated the most. I'm not even bothering with the web milestone right now. If we go over to it, it's like 30, 40, not 40k, just 40 milestone points for that alliance milestone, which requires 300, 200k for completion, or 500k for completion. So this is pretty bonkers. I'm not even worried about it. Not even just buying the dark promos myself personally. Now you could have really, and the rest of the rewards is gold promos. There's silver promos. There's 10k gold, 20k gold, some shit like that. I'm not even joking. It's pretty bonkers. The audacity to do such web milestone. I mean, at least they made it easy to decide whether or not how you want to spend your coins. I personally don't care for that. Don't care for it. Not even gonna bother with it. Just doing the dark promos. Sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 50, sometimes there are no dark promos. But whenever I see dark promos, that's the only thing I'm buying out of that store right now. Now I am forced to buy things I don't want from Shiny Coins store to fill the 10k milestone itself, saving up to buy things I actually want. I feel forced to use power cores to refresh the supplies. Yeah, that's what most players feel. I believe you. No worries at all. And ooh, this is a nice one. This is a large piece with 139 upvolts by Cosmic Legion. We're gonna come back to it. We're gonna do a couple of more opinion pieces. We're gonna come back to that one. That's a year summary opinion. I'm gonna go over that. Shiny coin event is pure crap. I mean, the ratio of energy to coins is garbage. So much you will waste coins trying to get the web milestone. The coin needs to be spent daily at 10k. There's nothing to spend them on. If you're lucky and pull something good store, you might end up having 10k even to spend. And the prices are pretty insane. There's farmable characters. There's Nightcrawlers, 15 Nightcrawler shards going for 20 to 23k of these shiny coins. And every 2-3 days when you spend power cores, you get to those amounts of shiny coins, which is pretty bonkers. Feels bad, man. Kiln sucks as well. It feels like I'm getting punished for wanting to win at this game. You made a bad event, pity. Yeah, couldn't say it any better. And this is Kiln paywall from a dolphin perspective. Scopley, this isn't the right way to monetize. Take away the rewards from floor 40 that were achievable the last time. And yeah, they didn't actually put more rewards. They increased the milestones, like they spread it out over further milestones and locked the last few ones that were obtainable for Super Skull owners. They just locked it away for spenders. Take away the rewards from floor 40 achievable the last time, simply going to anger the player base, not to encourage us to spend. Like me, for example, I was intending to spend for Kiln. I bought all the release characters for the last 6 floors, minus Penny, however you spell it, who I already was planning on buying. But if 5-star is the minimum to be able to beat this shit, and 6 stars on Cabal, then I will absolutely not spend a dime. And yeah, not only that, they're locking us from doing the floors for if we don't have the 5-star. So that's also something that I don't get, and I don't feel is any fun for anyone, whether you're a spender or free to play. It's like, it's completely garbage. I don't agree with it. I don't. Now I want to do a kiln video, so we're gonna do another set of complaining on that video as well. That video will be coming up tomorrow. You guys watch out for that. We're gonna do floors 20 to 30. I'm not F2P. I'm fine with a 4-star unlock, taking them to G18, but to squeeze another 150 out of us for that 5th star is absurd. You're expecting too much. If I don't see a content creator beating this with the 4-star Spider set, then I'm not going to bother buying even the 4-star on Penny. It would be a waste. Yeah, lower the bar a bit, and you can encourage dolphins like me and the guppies or whatever they're called to go a little bit deeper. The goal in monetization is to have it just ever so slightly out of reach, not light years away. The Krakens were going to Kraken without Kiln. The whales were going to whale. That's a given. The smaller spenders are the ones that are getting punished, and as well as F2P. You have to make it attainable with a bit of money, not a ton, and that's how you entice those of us who aren't fully whales. Now this is going to be a year recap of all the issues that arise. Congrats to Scopley and Cosmic Legend, you've done a great post. I kudos to you, brother. 139 upvotes. Scopley should see this, should read this. Congrats to Scopley. You completely wasted all the goodwill we had coming into this year. All the goodwill we were all feeling coming into 24 is now gone. You wasted it all. Pav release event is one of the most convoluted ever. I dare to say, probably the worst character release ever. I actually agree with this. I think that we've had horrible characters released, we have horrible events, but this certainly stashes very well along with those truly horrible ones. I think this one is just pretty bonkers the way they did it. I'm doing 100 cores, and I don't think I would have been able to catch that month-long item if I didn't do the 100 cores. It's pretty bonkers. I remember, guys, we did the calculation last week for the POV event, and it was just a disaster. There's not much to say about that. You guys check out that video if you haven't already. Spend currency every day in a trash store where the only thing decent is more expensive than what you need to spend. And yeah, talking about the 10k in the web milestone, 10k requirement, and everything being so overly priced. If you guys are F2P, I don't recommend buying anything other than dark promos out of that store. That's the only thing valuable, and that's the only thing worth the actual cost. I think it costs 7,500 for 50, and then 14,000 for 100 dark promos. I think that's the only thing that's worth it. Dark promos are pretty hard to come by, in fact. Events are too convoluted. POV event is the worst, but VK is who? Or Peter B. VK, I don't know who VK is. Where you had to do something for 2 days, then something different for another 2 days. Yeah, they tagged like 4 events within the week for that one Peter Parker milestone. And they tied in a quick rumble in there, and then another alliance milestone in there with it, because why not? Then something different for another 2 days, then another completely different thing for another 2 days. Is too convoluted. I play games for fun. Events should be straightforward. You make them this way, people lose points and have to buy offers. Super scammy. Kill heavily paywalled. We need a character that has not been released yet to the final floors. At least you could have added extra rewards for the new floors. Leave the diamonds in 41, but no, you had to move diamonds to the final floors. Also, Gwenom? Why not Ghost Spider, someone that everyone has 7 stars? Why Gwenom? I mean, why even bother at this point? That having diamond will help us for the raids, like the blog said. Bugs, more bugs, even more bugs. We could have had a nice anniversary, but you destroyed it with a shitload of bugs and failed offers and milestones, and is still heavily bugged, and we need to use them every day in raids. So I think he's talking about, yeah, Forge. So also I saw 3-4 posts, and I personally experienced it myself as well. Forge does not dodge. It's doesn't look like a fake bug, because the moment they get the evade, you see it, the evade goes on Forge, and then Forge gets it, and it's not even an unavoidable hit. He still gets it, he just doesn't, he never dodges, not in Crucible, not in any game mode, not in raids. And I saw a couple of other guys also mentioning this. Forge does not dodge at all, and Forge is still heavily bugged. We use him every day in raids, and he's not the only one, only bugged character. Events launch bugged, they get bugged midway, everything is a shit show. Announcing Professor X almost 2 years before we can get him. I know this one is controversial, but not everyone agrees. I still want to mention it. And yeah, I mean, from a marketing perspective, you're building hype around Mephisto, and I think it was even before Beta Ray Bill finished Dark Dimension, before anyone finished Dark Dimension 7, they announced Professor X. Like, nobody has even unlocked Mephisto, and you're advertising the next year-long character with the new legendaries. It's just pumping out events and characters like this. It doesn't make us excited, I don't think. Personally, I think maybe 10 months away, or maybe another year away from unlocking Mephisto, so I'm not even worried about it. I think we might even get Professor X before we are able to get Mephisto. This one might get fixed, but a paywall release event that F2P cannot finish because characters needed are only released with the offers. This one might get fixed, but doesn't change the fact that we have had 2 of these, and Yeah, I mean, also milestones are extending all the way halfway through the milestones. Normal weekly milestones, as you guys saw, milestone 13 was the pinpoint for the where the whalestones will start. Stupidly strong bonuses for level 100 that help Krakens be extra I think this is okay. I'm okay with it. That Krakens have that advantage, but punishing the others, I mean, if you want to make the Krakens feel good, that's okay, but I don't think punishing the F2Ps and low spenders is gonna do it for you. I don't think it's gonna get those higher spender guys excited if you punish those little guys. The cost of Crimson is too high. Okay, that's also, I mean, because it's just released. More and more of auction events, yeah, everything is an auction event where only big spenders can get all the rewards. Event, get more milestones. Yeah, it's just rinse and repeat every month, and nothing to be hyped about anymore. Now, enough of this. The blog review will be super short. In fact, we have the leader going into the Struck Pass. Good news, the only good news, kind of. For me, myself personally, I'm gonna get 4-star leader based off this shards dropping in that battle pass, and I'm not purchasing it for sure. And we have spent incursion energy and earn shiny coins, another shiny coin event, which is tied to blitzing as well. We have a quick rumble with out of time character. Month long event will be mercenary months. There's no character tied to it. If we look at the month long, is this the month long event? Yeah, there's the profile frame, there's red goblin shards, lizard shards, some normal stuff, some gear 19 crimson gears, and yeah, that's about that. I think since they're making this month long events attainable for everyone, they just removed the characters entirely and they just made it just random shit that no one cares about. And this is the leaderboard for the month-long event. Nothing noteworthy, it's just similar to every month. And this is the special week 1 event for month of May. There's mission supplies, new currency for the month-long event. There's the item here. Now, based off my calculation, the item is attainable if you're doing the 100 cores on incursion energy. So I don't want to make the video too long. I did the calculations. This is where the main source of your shiny coins and the rest of the milestone points come in, and altogether I think gets you around 33,000, so it gets you over this 10,000 mission supplies, and then the rest of it is based off spending incursion energy, and 50 cores are not gonna cut it because incursion is not like normal campaign energies. You have to actually spend 250s to get 120 energy, so you have to actually dig into that 100 cores. So it's not a free to play. Even the item is not free to play anymore, unless you're spending the 100 cores. And that's if you spend the 100 cores, the item will be barely accessible. So that's the sum of that. And out of time quick rumble, which is fine, there's not related to, it's just some mission supplies. Then free claim Friday already passed. Then escape from Clan, I think their data shows not enough people participated in escape from Clan. I personally haven't even started it, so yeah, don't forget on Kiln, guys, just do your Kiln. There's free stuff for F2P, but nothing also noteworthy, nothing too crazy to worry about. I appreciate you guys who stayed in for another blog video. Before we end the video, I just want to go over the number of updates, aka bugs, we had this month so far. Just a report. So there's correction here, 2, 3 here, and there's 4 here, and what else? and 5 here. So there's 5 total compensation slash bug fix or bug report post for the month. 5 is the new average, I think. As long as the game doesn't crash altogether, we're okay with that. No, I'm just kidding, we're not okay with that. Get your shit together, Scopley. I think people, you have enough Krakens to be able to hire a couple more people and fix the quality of life issues, fix the character bugs, fix the event bugs. Really expect more. I think this is not a AAA game, but you're charging AAA prices, so act like one. Act like you're a AAA game. I appreciate you guys who stayed in to another rant slash blog video, and leave your opinions down in the comment section. I think I want to know if you have a different opinion. That would be very interesting. If you have something that I forgot to mention, also bring it up. I'll be sure to include it in my further newer videos. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are just happy with the content, if you guys want to help me grow my channel, feel free to subscribe. If not, I'm just happy that you're here. I'm happy we're spending this time together, and yeah, we're just gonna have our opinions, rant together, trying to get our voices heard. Appreciate you guys. As always, I will see you guys on the next one.